Frederick Weiss. Now, if you remember, Frederick Weiss was drafted by the Knicks, and then he got dunked on in the Olympics, and he never got on the plane and came to play for the Knicks.
Vince, remember when he dunked on Alonzo? It's crazy.
Carter dropped.
I was home that night just watching the game on TV. And I remember my son was sitting in my lap, and I jumped, and he fell onto the floor because I was so excited to see that dunk, because I just had never seen a better dunk in my entire life. I'll never forget it.
That's half man, half amazing. The stuff he does is not even real. You know, it's like it looks so effortless.
Vince Carter is probably the greatest dunker the NBA has ever seen.
Vince Carter, there he goes.
When he attacks the basket, you know what's coming, and you know everybody just get out of the way.
Growing up, Carter became a student of the dunk, studying tapes of the top aerialists, incorporating their best flybys into his repertoire.
When a guy does a windmill, he'll cradle it a little bit with the, kind of a cradle windmill. For me, I figure it's a little harder if you do the full extension, arm fully extended, because you have to it's more of a windmill, like the word.
The thing that makes him so unique is when he does that 360, for a right-hander, you're usually turning this way. He's turning the opposite way, which makes it much more difficult in my eyes.
We were in Indiana, and he got the ball on the baseline, and Cuz got it and went from one side of the basket, windmilled on the other side of the basket.
You just think there's no way he's going to be able to continue to go as high as he is and over somebody, and before you know it, he's at the rim slamming it.
A wise man once said that he won the genetic lottery because he has a 60-inch vert, because he has freakishly long arms, because he has a ridiculous amount of body control and hang time. It's kind of like the perfect storm. Everything just came together, when it came to athleticism, and it was kind of thrown all into his body.
When Dominique first came on the scene, he took everything to the rack.
The power that he brought with his dunks, he brought the house down when he dunked.
No matter what it is, he's coming at you hard, 100 miles per hour, like a train going downhill with no brakes.
It's ferocious, and when you can hear it, you can feel it.
Dominique Wilkins brought champagne to dunking. He would spiral through the air like a corkscrew, pop one, and leave a trail of oohs and ahs.
If you consistently watch Atlanta Hawks games, there inevitably would be 2, 3, 4 moments when Dominique Wilkins would do something that would just make your eyes just like leave your body.
He had the explosive, boom, and I'm up. And then when he came down with great power, velocity.
Dunking for me was really just a tool that I used for intimidation. It was just something I used to kind of put fear in people, to back them up.
He was always in a position to make you a poster child.
Some of the putbacks you've seen off of misses, just over 3 or 4 guys that were just standing there and had no idea what had happened to him.
He would dunk on entire teams, including his own teammates, if they were in the way on an offensive rebound.
Dominique had it all. They didn't call him a human highlight reel for nothing. Everything that guys do today, they flow out of me.
Dr. J was the architect of the dunk. He set the standard, revolutionized it.
Dr. J was just unbelievable. Big fro, flying through the air. He's just unbelievable, dunking on everybody.
He was kind of like Houdini. He can do anything he wants with the ball when he's dunking.
Dr. J is probably the biggest guy that really wowed me. still, to me, is the top dunker in the history of this league.
When he was at UMass from 1968 to 71, the anti-dunking rule handicapped Julius Erving. But in the ABA, his elegance and grace blossomed.
For people who never saw Dr. J in the ABA, they have no idea. Now, that's some statement. They think they saw the real Doc in the NBA. In the ABA, Doc would turn your building against you.
It cost the 76ers $6 million to obtain Dr. J from the Nets in '76. That may be considered the best money they ever spent.
He had them big mitts, so he would pick the ball off the dribble and come down on you.
When Dr. J and I both went into the Hall of Fame together in 1993, every single one of his highlight videos were of him dunking on me. I was never so embarrassed in my entire life.
In 1983, he just cupped in Michael Cooper, who doesn't back down from anything, all of a sudden was putting his hands over his head because Doc's just like a freight train when he's in that position.
We were just sitting there like, oh no. Coop. Dr. J would embarrass you. He would embarrass you.
Players today, once they put the ball on the floor, they were going to the basket and their goal was to somehow dunk a basketball. Where did it start? It started with Julius Erving.
19 down, 1 left. That's 1 as in number 1. ESPN Classic selection for the best dunker ever, to be celebrated when we return.